So the only real standard to be aware of in workout number 1 is the deadlift. What we're looking for is a full lockout of the hips and the knees when you're holding the deadlift. And if you do bend your knees to rest the bar on your quads, that'll be considered a drop and you'll have to change the person on the rower. So the knees have to be fully locked out, hips locked out, with no resting of the bar on the body. With the bench press, each team will be given 157.5 kgs. The smallest jump you'll be able to make is 2.5 kgs. So the smallest plates you'll have will be 1.25 kg plates. Now this is CrossFit, so we won't be holding you to powerlifting standards, but what we are looking for is the bar to touch the chest at the bottom of the rep and for your elbows to fully extend at the top. So you are allowed to bounce the bar off your chest, your hips can come off, your feet can come off, doesn't matter. We're just looking for the bar to touch the chest and for your elbows to fully extend. Those are the two things. Your teammates can spot the bar out to you, so they can help the bar off the rack and then let go for you to start. But if at any stage you touch the bar as a teammate during the set, it'll be a no rep. If you do get no rep, you don't have to re-rack the bar. If you're up for it, you can continue your set and try and finish it even after getting a no rep. Also with the bench press workout, once you start on a weight, you cannot go below that weight as an individual. Your teammates can drop down if they haven't started, but yeah, once you start on a certain weight, you can only stay the same or go up in weight. The snatch, the full snatch, or the squat snatch, as they say in CrossFit. Whee, there it is. It has to go from the ground, move into a full depth squat, hip below the knee, and fully extend to the top. The split snatch. What we're looking for here is a gap between the heel and the toe. So it doesn't matter how big or how small the split is, as long as there's a gap between the front heel and the back toe. So in this lift, there's no gap between the heel and the toe, that'll be a no rep. Also really important to remember that during the split snatch, the feet have to return back together before the rep is counted. Step, step, rep. Finally, the power snatch. The hip has to stay above the knee. And again, full lockout of the hips, knees and elbows for the rep to be counted. There is no minimum requirement on the snatches. If a certain athlete cannot do a full snatch at the weight or can't do a split snatch, they can just take part in the power snatches instead. One athlete is also welcome to perform all movements in one go and complete a full set by themselves, like Sam is doing here. 4 power snatches and he's there. 2 more. 1 more to complete 1 round, and that's 1 full round without letting go of the bar. Okay, during the 4th workout, the battle rope has to be turning at all times for the reps to be counted. It doesn't matter how slow it's turning as long as it's moving. So you can slow it right down like that. Even that is good. As long as it's moving and not tripping up, reps will be counted. During this workout, there is no minimum requirement for an athlete. So that means that one athlete could do all 20 front squats. You're welcome to squat clean the very first rep. Other than that, the judges will just be looking for hip crease to be below the knee and for full extension to be shown at the top of the rep. For the chest to bar pull-ups in the RX division, it can be a strict chest to bar, a kipping chest to bar, or a butterfly chest to bar. You can also use a mixed grip, under grip, as long as you see as long as the judge can see full extension of the elbows at the bottom and the chest touching the bar at the top. The bar needs to touch the chest underneath the clavicle, so it needs to be clearly on the chest. For the scale division, it'll be a standard pull-up, and again it can be a strict pull-up, a kipping pull-up, or a butterfly pull-up. And the judge will be looking for the chin to pass over the line of the bar. Again, any grip can be used for this. Standard for this year's Auckland 3's will be a start on the ground and a finish on the ground. So the athlete will start with the chest flat on the ground, jump over their partner with 2 feet, no extension needed, and the rep will finish at once the athlete is back on the ground, chest down. So the judge will call the rep once the athlete's back on the other side and is lied flat on the ground. At that stage, the next athlete can get up and start their rep. For the toe to bar, at the bottom of the movement, we're looking for the feet to break the line of the bar, the imaginary line. So the feet have to move back behind the line. At the top, both toes touch at the same time between the hands. So no rep if it's 1 foot touching, and no rep if the feet touch outside the hands. Okay guys, the dumbbell snatch is a alternating single arm snatch, meaning you have to switch arms every rep. The dumbbell has to return back to the floor and the switch is made on the floor in a controlled fashion. So there's no switching hands mid-air on the way down. So that's not allowed. And also with the switch over, it has to be placed on the ground and then switch, not bounce. So you can't bounce it off the ground like that. Not that he would want to. It has to be placed down, switched, and then snatched. We're looking for full extension at the top. Again, knees, hips, and the elbow fully extended.